And our next speaker is Gloria. Welcome, Gloria. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me here. It's an absolute pleasure and honor to be with you.
So, Gloria, we just mentioned that you are from Canada. You are an amazing coach. You work with a lot of entrepreneurs. So, I just want to tell people you have amazing story and you've experienced the ups and the downs, and now you are just like flourishing throughout this economy. So I would love for you to start with your story. Could you please tell us how it all started, what you've been through, and just show people like it's not always just rosy and peachy in our line of work, but it could definitely be figured out and mastered, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm actually originally from the States, but I've been here in Canada for about 30 years now. And it all started actually 41 years ago. I started in network marketing 41 years ago. And so I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. Um, Long story short, I've been in and out of network marketing companies for a very long time. And I had a great corporate career that I absolutely loved. So for any of your listeners who have corporate careers, I've been there, and I was very fortunate that I did have an amazing career. And then I went through a divorce, and the divorce rocked my world. It absolutely rocked my world. And I had gotten to the top of the corporate world. I mean, it was there was nowhere else for me to go in Canada, to go any higher in the field I was in. And so the two things happened at the same time. I'd been at the top of my professional career corporately, and then my marriage fell apart. And as a result of my marriage falling apart, long story short, I decided to create a matchmaking service. And I had a wildly successful matchmaking business, a high-end one-on-one matchmaking business, not online, totally personal. I had this high-end matchmaking business for 13, 14 years. And then literally overnight, the bottom fell out. Someone had posted some comments on a social media site, not Facebook or LinkedIn, but it was a site called pissconsumer.com. And literally it brought the business to a grinding halt in 2 weeks. Anyway, so that was an extremely difficult time. I mean, my matchmaking business was a multiple seven-figure business. It was going gangbusters when this thing happened. And literally, I went from making tens and tens of thousands of dollars every single month to making $3,000 the next month and zero, not one penny of income, zero the following month after this whole thing hit. So I racked up hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of credit card debt just to try to keep the business going. And I had to cash in every dime of retirement savings I had. Eventually, my husband cashed in all of his retirement savings as well. We had to sell our house. It was not a pretty picture. And so I had to reinvent myself. And at that point, I'd been out of the workforce for about, I guess, probably 16, 17 years. And, I was 56 years old. Nobody was going to hire me. I was completely unhireable unless I went to work at, Walmart or maybe Costco or something like that. And that wasn't happening. So I had to reinvent myself. And so I went back to my roots in network marketing. And I ended up creating not what I set out to do at all. And it's fascinating how the world works, how the universe works. But I ended up creating a very, very successful mentoring and training business in the network marketing world. And I was able to, after, trust me, 5 years of grueling struggle, absolute grueling struggle, first coming out of my matchmaking business, then trying to figure out how to build online in network marketing, I ended up creating a 7-figure business in under 2 years from zero. So I went from zero to over 7 figures in under 2 years. And now I'm showing people how to do exactly what I've done.
This is spectacular to me, and a couple of things stood out for me as you're speaking. One of them being, as entrepreneurs, if you ladies watching, if you want to be successful, if you want to start business and really like build it big, you need to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone, take whatever disaster is going on in your life and turn it into good thing, into profits, into, because you have that experience, and imagine how many other people have that experience, and if you could only help like one person, right, then it's all worth
Mm-hmm.
it. So taking that, you know, disaster with the first business, or not even that, like it started with the divorce that you took into and turned into what, matchmaking business. What a
Exactly.
brilliant
Yeah.
idea, right? And then you had that fall with the business, you reinvent it again. So we need to be willing to step outside of our comfort zone, reinvent, be willing to change, be willing to grow, be willing to learn, right? Am I right?
Absolutely. And, you know, like, 'cause some people say, well, Gloria, how on earth did you do it? And to be perfectly honest, my back was up against the wall. Like, I was so far in debt,
Yeah.
you know, credit card debt, like literally hundreds of thousands of credit card debt. I came razor close to having to declare bankruptcy. I maxed out my line of credit. I mean, you know, there were literally many sleepless nights when I did not know how on earth we were going to pay the mortgage, how we were going to make the car payments. You know, I just didn't know. And so my back was up against the wall. I had no choice but to reinvent myself. And, you know, it was the same thing when I went through my divorce. I had no choice but to somehow or other figure out how to pull myself up by the bootstraps and keep on going with life and reinvent myself in a different way back then, and then reinvent myself again. So, you know, I want to be really clear with everyone. This is not easy. It's not easy. However, I do not easy, and the two are very different, right? It's kind of like losing weight. We all know how to lose weight. I had a mentor who used to always say, if he were going to write a book on weight loss, it would be very simple: eat less, exercise more, the end, you know? And it's pretty much the same with business, you know? It's get more prospects, turn those prospects into clients or team members, the end.
Mm-hmm.
It really is, it's simple. That doesn't mean it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
And is it worth it? Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. 1,000 times yes.
On so many levels, because number one, you get to, like you said, reinvent, you get to grow, and it's so amazing and fulfilling to feel that growth, to see what else can I achieve, like how far can I go, right? And it's
Yes.
really like when you're proud of yourself at some point, like you really acknowledge yourself for like, wow, I've done great, and that is like priceless feeling to me. So you mentioned network marketing, and I want to touch up on that because I myself, I am involved in, or I represent a network marketing company. It's the second one I work with, and I love it, loved both. This one seems to be better match for me, for my personality. There is so much negative talk around this business model out there.
Mhm.
It's becoming better, but it's still that, you know, that stigma that comes with that, like it's a scam or whatever. I just want you to share your experience with network marketing companies. We're not gonna name
Mhm.
any, but like just experience in that industry, and why is it brilliant? Because in my opinion, these business models are brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, network marketing is absolutely a brilliant business model. Um, I hate to say this, but to be perfectly honest, network marketing gets a bad rap because of network marketers
Mm,
who, you know, don't act professionally,
yeah.
to be perfectly honest. Um, and, you know, have there been network marketing companies that have gone out of business? Yes, absolutely. But there have been car manufacturing companies that have gone out of business, you know? I mean, take any industry, look at look at Kodak, or Polaroid. I mean, those companies are still in business, but you could say just because we're not making the old, I guess, I don't even know what they call the Instamatic cameras or something where the picture shot out, you know, like 10 seconds after you took it. Just because we're not making those anymore doesn't mean that those companies were a disaster. Things evolve, things change, companies, you know, change. There are mergers and acquisitions all the time in all different kinds of industries. So it's an absolutely rock solid business model. And it's like anything. Entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. Entrepreneurship is not for everyone. Entrepreneurship takes a ton of work. And just like you said, absolutely stepping outside your comfort zone. And I honestly do not believe that everyone should have their own business. You know, there are lots of people who are brilliant and hardworking and wonderful people that are not cut out to be entrepreneurs. And that doesn't mean there's anything wrong or bad about them at all. It's just, you know, thank heavens not everyone is cut out to be a lawyer, because we need doctors, we need dentists, we need teachers, we need, you know, we need computer programmers. We need different people for all kinds of different things in this life, and that's important. And it's great that network marketing is there and available for those people who will thrive in it. And, you know, it's not for everybody.
Absolutely. And I just love that there is that option, because if you are in corporate and you just want little extra money on the side, you can do it super part-time. There's that huge flexibility in it, right? If you want to grow it and maybe step away from your corporate career and just do business, if you're cut out for that, like Gloria mentioned, it's you know, it's there for you. You can grow, you can develop beautiful business for yourself, or one of the businesses, just like it happened for you and I, Gloria, because I also have another businesses around my network marketing business, and you do as well. So tell us please how you coach network marketers and business owners, because I see you a lot on LinkedIn. What's up with that LinkedIn thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of bumped into LinkedIn almost by mistake, if you will. I did not set out to become, quote unquote, the queen or guru of LinkedIn. That was not my intention at all. So I started trying to figure out how to build online in September of 2016. I put my toe in the water, and I knew nothing about social media. I mean, truly nothing. And in fact, I walked around saying social media is stupid. Nobody makes any money on social media. I'm too old for social media. It's a waste of time. It's just stupid, stupid, stupid. Well, let me tell you, I am now laughing all the way to the bank at myself for saying that. So I started off on Facebook, which is where most people start off, because that's what all the gurus were saying, you know, Facebook. And I ran Facebook ads, and I made a little bit of money right up front running Facebook ads. But that was 4 years ago now. Mm-hmm. And the Facebook algorithms have changed, and the cost of advertising went through the roof. In fact, everything changed very dramatically about 4 months after I started. And it got to the point where I was losing $3,000 or more a month on Facebook ads, and that was not a recipe for success. And so I thought, how on earth do I, you know, build this business if I can't make Facebook ads work? So I decided to start fooling around on LinkedIn. And I started fooling around on LinkedIn in April of 2017. I had no idea what I was doing, Lenka, no idea. I just kept pressing buttons and saying, oh, what happens when you do this? And, you know, digging around here and poking around there. And eventually I kind of created a system that turned LinkedIn totally on its head. I said, what if we don't think of LinkedIn at all as an online resume? What if we think of LinkedIn as your profile page on LinkedIn as a sales and marketing machine? Mm-hmm. And so I turned the whole LinkedIn model totally on its head. I learned how you can find a highly targeted audience on LinkedIn. And I came up with my TCC methodology, which is all about target, cultivate, and convert. So you target your audience very clearly on LinkedIn, which you can do so much more efficiently and effectively than you can on Facebook. So you target your audience, you cultivate a relationship with them, and then you convert them. And it's really about automating the process and really learning how. I think that network marketers need to have a huge paradigm shift and go from being a network marketer to being an online marketer whose products and services happen to be network marketing. That's my philosophy.
That's exactly how I do it too. I love it. I love it. And
Yeah.
I would love for you to tell us a little bit about the gift that you brought with yourself today. What do you have for our audience?
Yes. Yeah. I think it is so important as an entrepreneur, whether you're a network marketer or any other kind of entrepreneur, you absolutely positively have to brand yourself. It's critical to brand yourself. And if you are a network marketer, I know you have a lot of network marketers that are listening to this. Network marketers think, well, but I'm a representative of my company, and so that's my brand. It's like, no, 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 no. And did I say no? If you look at all the top entrepreneurs, the top network marketers, they're branding themselves. So I have created a special free guide for you called Your Personal Brand Blueprint. And you can get it at gloriamacdonald.com/yourbrand. So gloriamacdonald.com/yourbrand. And it's a powerful blueprint for how you can truly start branding yourself and stand out from the sea of sameness and get noticed and literally draw your prospects, your perfect target audience to you.
That is fantastic. And just so you know, ladies, that blueprint is right beneath this video. Just click that button and it'll take you straight into that page. You get to download it and you get to start working on yourself, on your brand. If you need to connect to Gloria, you get to connect through that same link. So thank you so much, my dear. This was a pleasure. I am so excited for what the future has for us. The business is the way to go these days, and I am just so happy that you and I met and we get to work together on these projects and just see where it takes us. I believe the future is bright. Do you?
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. And thank you so much for having me.
You are very welcome. Have a great day, my dear.
You too.
Bye.